Well, tonight you will get a new view on a murder case in Atlanta with ties to Buffalo. Last summer, a Buffalo couple was killed not long after relocating there.
Yeah, now this case, Kate, it shocked the family and police. And now the family spokesperson who said that he wanted justice for the deaths of his mother and stepfather is now accused of the crime.
In this Two on Your Side original report, Claudine Ewing walks us through the case with the suspect's stepsister who thinks justice is coming.
Why? Why are two people who worked, found love later in life, retired, now dead? This is Harry Hubbard, nicknamed Bootsy. He was 67.
He was one of those barbershop guys, you know, that go into barbershops and talk, you know, with his friends.
This is Deborah Debbie Jenkins Hubbard. She was 65. They both last worked and retired from the VA hospital in Buffalo before moving to Atlanta. Tanika Hubbard is Harry's daughter and Debbie's stepdaughter. From Rickard Avenue in Buffalo, the Hubbards bought a home on Harville Drive in Atlanta. Debbie moved south first. The majority of their family is in Buffalo except for Debbie's son, 47-year-old Keith Sylvester, a son she was very protective of.
She was a mom, you know. She loved her kids. She did. She loved all her kids, her grandkids.
And then July 3rd, 2018, Debbie and Harry were inside their Atlanta home. There was a fire. Tanika flew to Atlanta, and during a layover,
my phone is instantly like, you know, going off. And it's my brother. He's telling me that Tanika, he was like, it turned into from just a regular fire to suspicious. So I'm like, suspicious, like what? So he's like, somebody killed him.
She lands.
And then HE6 broke out.
And one person she never saw face to face, Keith Sylvester. But they spoke by phone the following day.
He said, it's like 7 different stories going on. I said, well, what's your story? He told me that he went to the house. He said he went to go check on them just to make sure that they were okay. He said he went around to the house, to the side of the house. He was like, I looked through the window and I seen a candle. He said, I had to go to the bathroom, so I left. So I'm like, I said, well, why wouldn't you go to the bathroom while you was there? You know, you had the key to get in. Why wouldn't you go to the bathroom? He said, because I wanted to go home and take a shower.
And during that conversation, she says Sylvester kept asking about paperwork.
You had a suspicion that he may have had a part in this?
Because he was the only one there. He was the only one there.
The Hubbard's funeral was in Buffalo. Sylvester, a no-show.
My dad would just say little stuff to me like, something ain't right about him.
Here's what we know about Sylvester. He spent time in prison for fraud. Often, he wore gloves. Even on a hot summer day before his stepfather's birthday party in Buffalo, when he said something Tanika will never forget.
He looked at me and he said, if you could kill somebody, how would you do it?
Atlanta police say Debbie and Harry were strangled before the fire.
The fact that they were strangled is the weirdest thing to me. I was told that it's like a crime of jealousy, a crime of passion, a crime of hatred.
Meanwhile, Keith Sylvester was eager to find who killed them. This is what he told me in a phone interview 3 days after they were killed.
At first, we thought it was just a house fire, but apparently something else happened in that house that morning. My mother was a good mother. She was a grandmother. She's a veteran.
He was busy on Facebook, too. I want justice for my mother and her husband. We have to be fully cooperative with fire investigators and homicide detectives. If you know something, please come forward and don't lie or spread rumors. In August, on his mother's Facebook page, he wrote about a reward. Once we get a conviction, you will be given money. He even posted a copy of a search warrant with his name on it. He sent me text messages when I inquired about the case in October. The police here have not concluded their investigation yet, but there's been a lot going on. I've been really scared and nervous. He made references, several, to his mother's insurance policy and his stepfather's children. I don't know what's going to happen. I know that they are all pointing the finger at me since I was the only one from Buffalo still down here with them. I think they know someone who killed my mother for insurance money. December 2018, 5 months after the couple was killed, Atlanta police arrested the son, Keith Sylvester, charging him with murder, arson, aggravated assault, strangulation, and insurance fraud.
Were you shocked when he was charged with murder and charged with setting the fire, and now they're thinking that he did this to collect insurance money.
Was I shocked? No. Because it couldn't have been nobody else. It just couldn't have been nobody else. In no way, shape, or form.
Tanika went to Georgia for the bond hearing and saw Keith Sylvester, her stepbrother, in shackles in court for the first time as a man charged with murder. She learned about the insurance policy.
In court, they said, yes, it was solely for Keith.
It had been recently changed.
He kept on trying to look back at me, and I was just like in awe. Like, I couldn't even say nothing. I could just cry. That's all I could do.
But she read lips.
He mouthed to me like, I didn't do it, and I was just like, yeah, right.
So when you look at his picture now, what do you see?
A killer, a sick killer that took two people that didn't deserve to go. How could you do that to your parents?
Do you forgive him?
I don't forgive him. I can't.
And we've learned that the crime was so heinous, authorities had a hard time trying to identify Debbie Hubbard because her teeth had been ripped out of her mouth before the crime. Keith Sylvester remains in jail without bail. His case goes before a grand jury in March. If convicted, he could spend the rest of his life in prison. Claudine Ewing, Channel 2 News.